The Antera platform manages over $106 billion of active projects' current and revised contract value, with over 6,000 active users. Antera has 20 years of construction reporting experience. Welcome to Antera. Antera is easy to launch straight from inside your existing Viewpoint Vista. Clicking the Links menu and choosing Antera Platform, which can be configured, will immediately open up your web browser and log you into the application. Whether you're part of executive management or a project manager or even work in the field, Antera's entire system allows you to configure your users to see what they need to see, where they need to see it, when they need to see it. Simply clicking on any of our widgets drills into our persisted grids. Here you can see margin gain erosion, an overview of all of your projects and where they're currently at in progress and what gain or erosion of profit, as well as the calculated cost at complete percentage. Clicking the back button in the browser takes us right back to where we started in widgets. Now let's take a look at financial widgets. Whether you're simply a member of the accounting department, the controller, or the chief financial officer of your company, Antera is pre-packaged with many financial widgets that help users of Viewpoint Vista understand and manage their company's financial position better. Going a step further, financial users can even use our custom widget builder to create their own widgets with their own calculations. As any controller will tell you, creating income statements and balance sheets is never easy. Antera's customers praise Antera Statement Builder for being that easy solution, whether you need to create an income statement or a balance sheet. Very easily using your chart of accounts set up in Antera, drag and drop accounts directly to where you want them on the statement. With your custom income statements and balance sheets, you can either directly use them inside Antera Statement Builder, or you can publish them onto the menus for authorized users within your organization to also use them. The best part about these statements is that they can be downloaded in Excel or in PDF, and when you click on any of the numbers in the statement, it shows you the backup of where those numbers came from. Further clicking on numbers further drills down until you get to transactions, including calculations. Ultimately, you can get all the way down to the original transactions that hit your general ledger that made these numbers show up in the statement. The Antera platform features an intuitive forecasting interface called the Job Forecasting Hub. Just like with all other aspects of Antera, our security, called data trimming, allows you to set up project managers so that they can only see their own projects in all interfaces. For low-risk jobs, your project managers can simply forecast at the job level. For higher risk jobs, they can forecast at the cost code level, at the cost type level, or at the cost category level, all within Antera. While forecasting at the job level is as simple as putting in a single entry for the entire job, in this example we're looking at putting in entries at the cost type level, such as labor, material, subcontract, equipment, and overhead. You can even build up your forecasts using our cost type forecast entry interface, which shows things such as your labor cost, hours, and calculated rate, job to date, and estimated over the course of the project. You can also enter notes that are saved along with your forecast that can be viewed historically by others entering or viewing forecasts in your organization. Antera also offers the flexibility of entering your forecasts to complete or at complete. Now let's go back to the main Job Forecasting Hub, and as you can see here, different projects can all be set to be forecasted at different levels. As you can see here, that gives you the flexibility of having different projects at different forecast levels. Let's take a look at this job, which we have at a higher risk level, the cost code type level, we can simply drill on the job-to-date forecast at complete, which drills our forecasting down to each of the cost codes listed down the left and the cost code types listed across the top as columns. What you know as phases in Viewpoint Vista is simply what we're calling cost codes here in Antera. The same cost type forecast entry box we saw earlier is available here as well at this lower level, giving you consistency and backup across your forecasting. Our customers have told us that even if they've been doing forecasting for years in Viewpoint Vista, the ease of use and the flexibility of forecasting in Antera has made the Antera platform an asset to their business. Antera's head of product, Natalie Mathias, was formerly a CFO for a construction company which leveraged Viewpoint Vista and was consulted with heavily over the course of implementation of our job forecasting features. She stated that she really needed a tool like this for higher risk jobs so that it was obvious. As you can see here on this 02520 phase code, there's no forecast for equipment, which typically cement paving would require. At this point, you can immediately add notes to the forecast, asking the project manager to provide details or notate why the equipment in this case was not included in the forecast, making sure your jobs don't miss potential costs. Coming right out of Job Forecasting Hub is Antera's collaborative WIP management. This is management's ability to override work in progress directly within Antera for reporting purposes. So often this process is done in Excel spreadsheets that are manually managed. Antera kept the familiar Excel-like interface but made a truly collaborative tool that, just like Excel, immediately reflects your changes. In the example shown here, management knows that the forecast cost at complete is incorrect and that a change order that hasn't hit the books yet for $50,000 will be coming in for one project, and on another project there's a reduction of $90,000 due to a canceled contract item. These changes immediately recalculate the cost in excess of billings and the billings in excess of cost. Another example would be if you have cost accruals, such as a late vendor invoice that was not accounted for. In addition, we provide a place for notes which are saved along with these WIP adjustments and used for your backup. You can use the WIP contract adjustment columns to account for missing change orders that haven't been entered or finalized through your approval process yet. Management may decide to override the percentage complete. We immediately recalculate the earned revenue, gross profit, and costs in excess of billings based on this override. Like all aspects of Antera, the WIP management grid allows the user to export it in Excel format. This is especially useful for companies using Vista that want to import these adjustments into their general ledger directly in Vista. Antera's system stores WIP adjustments on a monthly basis, so you can always go back in time to see previous adjustments, but the actual numbers from Vista will come in and be the source of truth after the month end throughout Antera. I think we all know the most important part of any successful business is getting paid. Customers have consistently praised the user-friendliness of Antera's AR Collections module. You can easily filter by project manager, jobs, and customers. You can easily change the view to fit your needs. Here, it's grouped by customer. Or you can collapse the pivot table and quickly see a roll-up by customer. Clicking on any one of the customers drills down into all of the invoices open for that particular customer. And perhaps one of the most important features in Antera is Antera's Customer Hub. Within the Customer Hub, you can see the notes over time on the collections effort, the phone calls and emails sent to the customer. All of the contacts for the customer are right here in Antera. You can also click on the phone icon and dial directly through your computer to the customer. You can add additional contacts right here from within Antera. And if the customer states they don't have the invoice or they need to get a summary, you can immediately send a summary from within Antera. Here we'll click on Email Selected Contacts, and one of our email templates, which can be customized, shows up. Clicking Preview Message at the bottom shows each of the invoices that were selected on the previous screen, as well as links to the invoices, as well as any other supporting documentation you have in your system, such as signed quotes. Perhaps one of the most valuable features built into Customer Hub is our integration with our Action Items capability. This allows you to enter notes and pick an assignee for the selected invoices. This enables simple and easy communication between project managers and collectors, which takes us directly into Antera's Action Items. Whenever something is assigned to someone as an action item, it appears here on the Action Items calendar, and the assignee is sent an email notification. Simply clicking on any of the items in the Action Item calendar shows details about that action item, and clicking the Open Action Item shows the historical information, notes, as well as emails or telephone calls placed to that person over time. In addition to the Action Item calendar, we also have an Action Item Pivot Grid, which, just like all the other grids within Antera, is fully customizable to your needs. Here, I'm filtering to only invoices that are in excess of $10,000, which are overdue, and I'm customizing which columns I want to see on my display. This will be remembered for me, and anytime I log in, this interface will look like this for me. With hundreds of other features, including Procore integration and our helpful support staff that knows the construction industry, Antera is the only platform specifically for Viewpoint Vista.